Hey there, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Josh, and it's fantastic to have you here for our second Terraform lesson. We've got some incredible stuff lined up, so let's dive right in. In our previous lesson, we laid the foundation by setting up our infrastructure and even had Terraform create a namespace within the Kubernetes cluster. Now, let's jump into the juicy details of what's in store for today's lesson. So, here's the scoop on what we're going to tackle. 1. We're going full speed ahead with deploying Nginx to our Kubernetes cluster. 2. You know those Kubernetes manifest files? We're transforming them into Terraform JSON formatted TF files. It's going to be a game changer. 3. Curious about the magic behind it all? We're going to show you how to create the Terraform provider TF file. 4. Next up, crafting the Kubernetes namespace Terraform resource file, which we're cleverly naming namespaces TF5. We're then shifting gears to convert the Kubernetes deployment manifest into the Terraform JSON formatted Nginx Deploment.yaml file. And last but not least, we're doing the same dance with the Kubernetes service manifest, turning it into the Terraform JSON formatted Nginx Service.tf file. But wait, there's more. Our Terraform guru, Nico, will be your guide through this lesson. Now here's the fun part. Nico's got a unique twist. He's got a Dodecanese European accent, hailing from the 12 Eastern Mediterranean islands, but trust me, speaks the Queen's English fluently. So, without further ado, let's get this Terraform party started. And now, let me hand it over to Nico to take us on this exciting journey. Over to you, Nico.
Please have a look down below. You will find a link to this particular blog page that we are going to use for our instructions. In this video, we are going to take the Nginx Kubernetes Manifests and we are going to convert them from YAML files into JSON format, and we are going to use that in our Terraform TF files. If you haven't watched the previous video, we recommend that you click on this link and watch that first. This video is part 2 of a series using Terraform to deploy applications into the K3S Kubernetes. We are provided with the following manifests. A manifest is a Kubernetes YAML file. This is the Nginx Deploment.yaml file, or also known as the deployment manifest. And here we have the service YAML file, the Nginx service YAML file, also known as the service manifest. You first need to switch user as root. Copy this command, paste it in the terminal. Then you need to create this directory. I've already created it, so I'm just going to continue with the next command to go to that directory. You can then make a directory module and Nginx, although I provide these so that one can create a module. I'm not using it in this lesson, so you can leave the step out, but it would be useful to have that there for later use. Now we need to go to this URL here. If you open this link, it will take us to the Terraform registry, and then we need to click on Browse Providers. And here we then click on the Kubernetes provider, which will then take us to this page. And now it's asking you to click on the Use Provider button, top right. So let's just move the screen a little bit to the right. Click on this, and it'll bring up this, which is the latest, and you just copy this. And that's what you get. What we see here is what you get. There are 2 lines we need to add to this provider details. So to do that, because we are running K3S, just run this command to confirm that we have the config in the right place. Paste. And it's there. Q for quit. And we got this. Then we run this command to see what our current context is. Copy this, paste it, press enter. Our current context is default. That's fine. I expected to get this. I got this. So now we take this information we got here. Here it is. And then we add this information, the context, as well as the path. So if we look here, here is our path, etc. That is the path that we did the less command to. You see, there it is. So that's what we copied here. We got a default here. Here's the default. So this is what we got here. For the config context, it is default. And that's what we had here. So now we create the provider file, nano provider, and this is what we're going to paste into it, as you can see here. And there you have it. Next, we want to create a namespaces file. I want to use the namespace my-nginx when I deploy the Nginx web server into my Kubernetes cluster. Create this file, nano namespace.tf or Terraform file. Control S, X to X, save that. And let's paste the next command in. I've already copied that there. But this is what you then put in there. The name is my-nginx, and I gave it a label, my-nginx label value. So you save this, Control S, Control X. This resource is going to create us a namespace in the Kubernetes cluster. Next, we want to take the deployment manifest that we got and convert it into a JSON format file. And this is the name of the file. Copy, paste. I'll explain now how we got this. So if we go back to the top of the file, you see this is a YAML formatted file. Now we will basically just wrap curly braces around each level. So from this level, we will have a curly brace. From the main level at the top, we will have an open and a closing curly brace at the bottom. And another thing you need to be aware of is here where it says match labels, notice the L is in uppercase. We are going to separate it with the underscore, match underscore, and then L for labels in lowercase. And we will do the same here for container port. We will convert it to container underscore lower score P port. So with this, let's go and have a look here. This is what we did. So there's container port, and there's match label, match underscore labels. Other than that, we took every level with an opening curly bracket and closed it. And then the next level there, selector. You see selector has children. It has a match label, and underneath that, it has a value. You see there, app equals Nginx. That's how we convert these. So where it was app Nginx, app equals. Where it's named Nginx over here, we say name equals, image equals, and we put these things here on the right hand side, the values. We put these values inside quotes except the numeric value. Container port is a number, so that doesn't go inside quotes. Now we save this, Control S, Control X. And like we did that, we then do the next one, the service YAML. Let's go to the bottom. So here we are, nano Nginx service.tf. Copy, paste. And let's go back to the top and look at the Kubernetes manifest for this. Here is the service manifest. There wasn't any special requirements here. The only thing we had to do here was just put our curly braces around things. So there they are. There's the opening curly brace and the closing. Something else we had to do is we had to say the resource for this was a Kubernetes service resource. You see that, Kubernetes service. It was Nginx service. So that was the only difference between the YAML file and the JSON formatted Terraform file. Let's go back to the other one. I forgot to mention that. So this was the Kubernetes deployment resource. Here we had the Kubernetes service resource. And the name was Nginx_deployment. There you see, Nginx deployment. And here, Nginx. I should have said Nginx service, but it doesn't matter. That's good enough. So let's save this. Control S, Control X. Now, whenever you create or change your Terraform files, it is a good practice to run the Terraform init. Also, in the first time that we do it, we need to run it. So I'm going to run Terraform init. I copied and I pasted the command. And if there's any problems in any file, I'll get an error message here now. There wasn't a problem, so everything is good. The next thing we want to do is we want to run plan. This will tell us what's going to happen in our cluster. And it will also do greater fault finding if there's certain errors that weren't detected in the init. No errors were detected. It is telling me that I didn't use the out option, which is, it means that I would have issues with logging problems. But it's good enough for now. I don't want to make the lesson complicated. And it tells us that we can now run Terraform apply, which is also the instruction I have here. To enforce the change, run Terraform apply. We will now run Terraform apply. And for the value, we will enter yes. Now let's see what it's telling us. It's telling us that it's going to create quite a few resources in the cluster. So there's going to be a deployment. There's going to be a namespace. And there's also going to be a service. So let's enter yes and press enter. This may take a few seconds. And it's done. Now we want to test our deployment. So the first thing we want to do is we want to see if we got the namespace we created, my Nginx. So paste this in, kube control, get namespaces. And there it is. There's my Nginx. So that was good. And then the next thing we want to do is we want to get all in that namespace. So this kube control get all will give me everything. Deployments, pods, services, -n specifies the namespace. So I'm only going to see what I created for this Nginx. This is exactly what I want. Copy, paste, press enter. And now we can see. It's telling us that we have a namespace. There it is, that it's active. It's told me that there were 4 pods deployed, that there's a service, that there's a deployment, and my deployment has 4 of 4, they're all ready. And it's told me that I have a replica set, and I've set it for a desired value of 4, and they are currently 4, and they're all ready. You see here in the deployment, we specified 4 replicas. So here they are. And we should also see that in the Kubernetes Manifest at the top. There we are, replicas 4. And here are the 4 replicas. I have now succeeded to get this thing to work. I now want to clean up my cluster. I don't want to have residual things left in the cluster. So the first thing I need to do is to run Terraform destroy. And give it a value, yes. This will take a while. It's got to delete all the pods, stop the services, stop the pods, delete them. Right, it's done that. And now we want to run the next command. I'm just going to reduce the size of the screen. So let's see if there are any residual namespaces in there. Kube control get namespaces. And my Nginx has been removed. You can see there's no my Nginx there. So the namespace has been removed. Now I'm going to run this command, kube control get all, and then inside all namespaces, copy. This will tell me everything that's in the cluster and in what namespace it is. So let's press enter. And now we can see this is only kube system, which is part of Kubernetes. And there's no other namespace. I have succeeded to clean the cluster. And with that, my lesson is complete. And back to you, Josh.
Hey there, friend. Thank you for joining us in today's enlightening journey as we explored the world of Terraform and Kubernetes. Your viewership is truly appreciated, and we're excited to recap what we've learned in this insightful video. 1. We deployed Nginx to our Kubernetes cluster, delving into the intricate process of seamlessly integrating these technologies. 2. Witness how we effortlessly transformed Kubernetes manifest files into Terraform JSON formatted TF files, unlocking a world of efficiency and scalability. 3. Discover the art of crafting the Terraform provider TF file, an essential step in orchestrating the seamless fusion. 4. Delve into the creation of the Kubernetes namespace Terraform resource file, aptly named namespaces.tf, an integral part of our journey. 5. Witness the transformation of the Kubernetes deployment manifest into the Terraform JSON-formatted Nginx Deployment.tf file, showcasing the elegance of streamlined processes. 6. Behold the metamorphosis of the Kubernetes service manifest into the Terraform JSON-formatted Nginx Service.tf file, harmonizing disparate components effortlessly. Subscribing to our channel brings you a wealth of benefits, including staying up to date with the latest innovations in the tech world. By hitting that subscribe button, you ensure that you never miss a single opportunity to enhance your skills and knowledge. We invite you to leave us a comment below, sharing your thoughts and insights about this video. Your feedback fuels our growth and helps us curate content that resonates with your learning needs. And for those of you who choose to support us on Patreon, you'll gain access to an exclusive perk-free access to our upcoming training courses in convenient PDF format. It's our way of showing appreciation for your dedication to learning and growth. Once again, we extend our heartfelt gratitude for being a part of our community. Stay tuned for more exciting content, and remember, the journey to mastery is a step-by-step process. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what you can achieve.